Bobby with One More Rep Fitness. And I want to make almost I want to call it like a strange video, but a video talking about like your pelvic, this is your rib cage and like your pelvis. All right. So everyone has a rib cage and pelvis. We know this. But with almost every single exercise that, especially we do at this gym, that you do, you want these to be kind of aligned. So see if I can come out here. You guys can see. So my ribs are up, so see how my ribs are kind of sticking out? Usually something's sticking out, and what that creates is your back arches, okay? So my pelvis is down here, my ribs are pointing over my pelvis. Now if I pull my rib cage in, my lower back flattens, and my rib cage is going to align with my pelvis. And this is ideally where I want to do most exercises, because when I do this, my muscles can fire more, okay? The right muscles, so my abdominal muscles, my obliques, my inner core. Even if I'm doing leg exercises, my quads are gonna work harder, my glutes, my hamstrings. With push-ups, I have more control of my shoulders or rows. All right, this is like super important. So the whole time I do stuff, I want these kind of together to be aligned, okay? I don't want to get out of position. Anytime that your rib cage is sticking out or further, or doesn't line up with your pelvis, you're in a position, you're not in a bad position. You know, what I would recommend is that you regress the exercise so you can align those positions, all right? And a couple advantages of here. Your back's not gonna feel so beat up. You're going to feel, you're gonna probably be sore the next day and get more muscle activation. So if you're doing like a core exercise, or if you're doing like even like a squat or lunge, you wanna keep those together, okay? So like when we do leg exercises and upper body exercises, you want to go through the motion, but you don't want to change that position. And again, the good thing is, like, if you start really focus on this when you squat and lunge, you're going to get a stronger core so much faster. So like go in the mirror, maybe go in the mirror today and kind of squat and see how much movement you get from your hips and your knees, and how much movement do you get in your lower back, all right? As you squat, are you kind of going like this, pulling the rib cage in? And then if you've ever trained with us, or if you've seen my core videos, we're constantly talking about that stuff. We're always talking about keeping the rib cage in, driving the lower back into the ground, all right? Because when those two things are aligned, when your rib cage and your pelvis are aligned, you're able to contract your abs so much harder. Even if I just kind of go like this, I'm just like flailing my rib cage and my back arch, just by like tucking it in, I automatically start feeling my abs like work, okay? And if you kind of almost get used to being in this posture, if you do have lower back aches, like what you'll probably find is that you probably feel a lot better too, because our bodies are designed for our muscles to take the beating, to take the tension, okay? But when we're out of position and we're constantly putting the pressure on our joints, so right now there's a lot of pressure on my lower back, you're not gonna feel the exercises that you do. You're probably gonna feel beat up. So next time you train, so if you're doing like squats, lunges, push-ups, or even some core exercises, try to think about tucking that rib cage in, and keeping the ribs and the pelvis aligned as you do things like squats, lunges, all right? It's a small tip, but I guarantee you'll feel it if you try it.